175. That was after I did a lot of yard work, and usually if I don't eat for the first part of the day, and I'm out there working and doing stuff and sweating, usually my weight will be a lot lower than that.
Talk shop
And this is very strange. However, with that said, and 175 is definitely down from 176 yesterday, 176.2. But with that said, this girl, woman, whatever you want to call her, young woman, she's 21, at the gym, she noticed that the physique is
How much should good car
more
insurance
muscle.
cost you a month? $80?
So it could be muscle gain.
$120?
Because she actually said, dude, man, your arms are bigger, your shoulders, everything. I was like, appreciate it. I hope it is muscle and not, fat or anything like that.
There, it's a financial
so
element somewhere.
I'm hoping that's what this sudden bump at the beginning of the year in my weight is muscle. This is Anthony Brian Logan. Let's see. South Africa, Joe Biden cancer, LaMonica, McIver, New Orleans, jailbreak, and more. Huh. Why can't it just be Monica? Why is it LaMonica? Why can't you all just... You can't leave well enough alone? It's Monica, not LaMonica.
To Randy Dale Franklin, who says, my children could read on 9th grade level.
Ridiculous, man.
It starts at home.
It's Marcus, not Jamarcus. Man, it's so annoying. It's so stupid. Monica, not LaMonica. Marcus, not Jamarcus.
I might do a video about this, but I'll give you the brief rundown right
so
now.
Retarded.
So if you guys don't know,
too.
You have Andrew Reese, Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. They had a rivalry when they were in college. What was it, LSU in Indiana? I'm not exactly sure the school specifically. I think it was LSU Indiana. But anyway, so now Caitlin Clark is in the league, Indiana Fever, and Andrew Reese plays for the Chicago Sky, if I'm not mistaken. So they play each other.
I see a subscriber on YouTube.
Reese gets the ball, going for a layup.
Couldn't handle the video I did the other
Clark
night.
is right there.
People
Clark gives him a hard foul.
Of ghetto-ass behavior. You like that,
so, Reese on the ground, she gets up, she's mad, and she's trying to the typical hold me back. I see that little skirmish, that little back and forth as a rivalry. Same thing with the NBA. Okay, you got guys giving hard fouls. Draymond Green or something like that giving a hard foul, and the guy wants to fight Draymond. It's the same thing in the NBA. I don't think that necessarily means that they hate each other, although I'm not necessarily against it, because I like a good physical rivalry. I like competitive spirit. I like this team not liking that team. Going back to the 90s, the Pistons, Chicago Bulls, they be out there fighting, for real. But it made for good basketball, and that was a precursor to Jordan in the 90s dominating. It was a physical test that they got from the Pistons, okay? And they were so good at doing that to the Bulls, they got a Dennis Rodman from the Pistons, you see what I'm saying, to go play for the Bulls, because they needed that kind of guy to do the hard fouls and the dirty work. So anyway, Ryan Clark, former NFL player, who is always crying about something, goes on the podcast and talks about RG3, also former football player, because RG3 went on this podcast and said that the beef between Caitlin Clark and Andrew Reese is hatred. And Ryan Clark was talking about, since you have a white wife, you don't know what
He can't say
Reese is
talking
going
about.
through.
Talking
It's like,
about.
bro, Ryan Clark.
He doesn't say on, he says on.
If you have a take on sports that's different than mine, it's totally fine. Disagree with me and my take all you want to. But why are you bringing up wife and kids? Oh, ABL, well, she was in the video, so what? I don't care if RG3 performed a rap song with his wife and she was singing the hook and spitting the verse and twerking in the video. I don't care. You don't mention the wife and the kids. That's an unwritten rule among men that you don't violate, especially in sports. If you ever played sports, football, basketball, bringing up girlfriends and wives, all of that, you don't do it. to the point where if you come to an open shoot around at the, if you come to a YMCA, something like that, LA Fitness, any kind of place where you play basketball competitively a little bit as an amateur, don't bring your girl unless you're LeBron James. Because I've seen that before. Back when I was real young, a guy brought his girl to watch him play basketball. Look, I'm out there shooting threes. I'm out there trying to dunk, all of that. And whenever I hit a shot, I'm looking dead at your girl like this. That's natural. But the point is, don't talk about wife and kids when the problem is with me. So that created a whole big thing. I'm going to just show some videos about that in a separate video and talk about it. But ultimately, I think Ryan Clark was wrong for bringing up RG3's wife and kids. And the funny part is, Ryan Clark was talking about RG3's wife being white, and that's why he doesn't understand Angel Reese and what she's going through. But Ryan Clark, you, my friend, have a white baby mama. You sure do. You have a white baby mama. At least RG3 got married and had kids with his white wife. You got a white baby mama. So, hey, those in glass houses should not throw stones. Those in glass houses should not throw stones. Anyway, I digress. Shout out to, I ain't gonna say your name, who says, does this book come out if Kamala won? It does not. Speaking about Jake Tapper, book about President Biden's decline. Thank you to Evergreen 101 who says, great show, ABL, contact Tim Musk, Tim Cass. He said, I think, hey, whenever they're ready, I'm ready. Uncle Crislow says, Vance Rubio 2028. Oh, also, you guys were saying that they mentioned me earlier on Timcast. What did they say? I might have missed that in the chat earlier. Thank you to Cardinal Flanagan who says, Van Hollen plus, I'm not sure what that is, Boy Forever. Speaking about Alberto Garcia. And he also says, did you hear about LaMonica as superhero coming out? Nah, I didn't hear nothing about that. But shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chats. All right, time to get to the calls. The number to call, 706-406-3287. Again, 706-406-3287 is the number to call. And let's get rocking and rolling here. Turn that on, and we're good to go. When's my book dropping? It's a good question. Soon, very soon, I hope. That's the best I got for you. But I am going to write it. I got so many things I want to talk about. And it's like I want to do a series of books to get the whole message out there. 915 online.
Come on.
Hey, what up, baby? Am I the first caller?
You are.
Nice. That's cool. All right. I had there's something that you were able to change my mind on.
Come on. You fight
student loan forgiveness, right? But there's also something else that I would like. I disagree with how the Trump administration is handling mass deportations because, I can't really put it in a concise way, but like, for example, if I walk into a guitar shop, right, and I buy a guitar on sale for $500, Paul Como said it's a done deal. Purchase has been made, and there's been a change of administration. The new owner now agreed that I purchased that guitar for $500 and he wants it back. And he says we got to take it back from you. That's how I feel as far as like the people who were given legal status under the Biden administration, but now they're deemed illegal under the Trump administration. That's what's happening right now at this moment, is that people who were of legal status under the Biden administration, now there's a new administration that are saying that they're now illegal.
Okay, so is legal status permanent legal status?
No, so it's like a ladder that was given to them, like to be, they was given legal status, and then eventually they could climb a certain ladder and gain citizenship.
I mean,
from my understanding.
I've not heard about that. I mean, I think they were trying to get that because you hear that a lot. You hear them say, oh, we need a pathway to citizenship. Well, okay, you may think they need that, but do they have it? I think what they were given is legal status temporarily. That doesn't mean they could just stay here forever. That means they just have the status for right now, and at a certain point, it's going to run out like a visa. You can't just stay forever on the visa. You have to get it renewed, or you got to leave.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain is that their stay here was cut shorter than what it was supposed to be. It's because some people were actually on this legal status seeking to gain permanent citizenship or to become a citizen. So that is possible, right?
It really is.
What ladder is this?
Yeah, well, I'm basically asking, like, I think it is possible, like, to gain legal status and then eventually become a permanent legal status, right? You know, I'm not sure if you could become a citizen through legal status. I'm not sure how that really works.
1 second better
My
than last
understanding
time.
is that
The last time I did this on silent, I was 7 seconds ahead of him. Tonight it was
now
6
they're
seconds.
deemed illegal.
That's still too much.
Under the Trump administration, and that's what's happening is that it's all across the internet where like there's been thousands of migrants that have been stripped away from their legal status, and now they're deemed illegal under the Trump administration.
Well, if they had legal status, it was not permanent. That's the thing you got to understand. If it was permanent, then it would be a citizen, but they're not citizens. So at a certain point, that legal status does not last forever.
Oh yeah, I understand that. You know, but what about cutting their stays short and just ignoring them?
Well, how long is it supposed to be?
To be honest, I don't know. They were talking about thousands of migrants that had legal status under the Biden administration. Trump administration disagrees with how this process was done and wants to deport everybody.
Well, if you don't know how long it was going to be, then how can you say it was cut short?
Well, that's what was said in the article.
What you got to do is just actually figure these questions out. Like, ask, okay, here's what you got to ask, what you need to find out. If their stay was cut short, then how long was the stay going to be? Because we can't say it was cut short if there was no determinate amount of time that the stay was going to be. Like, if they had a sheet of paper that says, okay, you be here for a year and then it's up, that's one thing. But if that's not known, if that's not determined, then you can't say that it was cut short.
Inhale.
So, I mean, I know for sure that it was cut short, but I don't know.
You don't?
Reach it up. Now we're going to keep those arms up and side bend to the right and up and over to the left. We want to work on keeping those sides long and lean. Exhale, bringing it up. Inhale, arms down, up. Exhale, inhale up. Exhale. And then arms coming down.
Shake
and
it.
just shake it out a little bit. You might get a little spinal twist here. Just feeling your breath, feeling your lungs. And then just take a minute here and feel.
So you ready to start your day?
Really get
Ja.
into your body. Feel how open you are. You got that flow
Und
going.
then?
So you're ready for your day, or you're ready to go to sleep. Either way.
She giggles ahead and drops her head. Giggles and drops her head because she knows what she means by sleep. Sleep, wink, wink. Not actually going noi.
If it even exists. So
Man Cave Karaoke coming up. Shock treatment. Another shoddy. Shoddy. If we're the people, you can handle the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth will help you God. Because you're strong like that. Right? We the people can handle the truth. We're not going to unfriend. We're not going to unfollow because we don't like something, don't agree with something. Right? We're strong like that.
The process, due process would be part of it.
But they the sheeple, just like I see on YouTube, had 249 subscribers, down to 248. That means someone didn't like what they saw, right? You can't handle the truth. You no longer, when you unsubscribe or unfriend or unfollow, you're no longer we the people. You're not strong like that, because that shows when you bail ship, jump ship, that means you're not down with our cause. That means you're a fair-weathered subscriber or a follower or friend. You're not really of we the people, because we the people stand together no matter what. All right? You now become, because you unsubscribe, unfriend, and unfollow, they the sheeple. And they the sheeple are weak, they're useless eaters, they're fucking ridiculous, and they're retarded. Useless eaters. Clown slob, come get your useless eaters, they the sheeple. They'll probably put on their muzzles and roll up their sleeves for another fake virus. The sheeple, for the truth, will never be facky, no forking, nor fecking, no fucking ready. Sheeple retarded. They're really, they are never ready.